In this video, I will explain the patterns of the present subjunctive. Although when to use it is quite a convoluted issue, its conjugations are fairly straightforward. I like to separate the verbs into two categories, are verbs and the others. Let's look at a table to examine the issue further. The endings in this table will apply to regular and regular sounding verbs. I shall start with the we form as it is the easiest. The ending is just iamo, which is the same as the present indicative, so there is nothing new there. The next one is the you all form, which is iate. This is a little different to the indicative, but you still have that te part, which may remind you that it is a you all form. For the I, he, she and you form, you have to decide whether the verb ends in are or not. If it is an are verb, the ending is I. If it is one of the others, the ending is a. The resulting word covers the you form regardless of the level of familiarity, so you can safely use it with anyone. As it covers so many people, you may have to use a subject pronoun to clarify any ambiguities. Let's examine this further. If we take the verb aiutare and wish to say something like I, he, she or you might help, I notice that it is an are verb, so the ending is I, which gives us aiuti, which happens to be the same as the tu form of the present indicative. If I take the verb temere, I notice that it is not an are verb, so I use a, which gives us tema. With finire, I also use a, but it is one of those isc verbs, so this gives us finisca. Later on, I will show you a little trick I use for these particular forms to make it easier. All that's left is the they form. As in previous videos, you say the short form and tag on a no sound. This means you do not have to think about the stress. Using the previous examples, we can convert aiuti, tema and finisca into the they form, which gives us aiutino, temano and finiscano. There are quite a few exceptions to the conjugations. There are some verbs that are so irregular that you have to learn them by rote, for example, essere and sapere. Some verbs change their spelling so in speech they sound regular. For many irregular verbs, what I like to do is think of the I form of the present indicative and change that into the I, he, she and you form of the subjunctive. I also append a no for the they form. This little trick works for me and hopefully for you too. Here's what I mean. Dovere has two forms in the indicative. The more frequent devo, but also debbo, both meaning I must. I can change either of these to deva or debba, meaning something like I, he, she or you might have to. Again, I can append a no for devano or debbano. For venire, I take vengo and change it to venga or vengano. Venire uses isc in its conjugation. The reason that I modify the I form like this is to also cover this type of verb. Finisco can mean I finish, which I change to finisca and finiscano. The same trick works for dormire. I sleep is dormo, which I can change to dorma and dormano. Although are verbs usually use I in the short forms, andare, dare, fare and stare end in a, so watch out for those when you learn their conjugations. I shall finish this video with some examples. Numerous verbs trigger the use of the subjunctive like the verb credere. If I want to say, I think they are leaving tomorrow, then I need the subjunctive version of partire. I know that I need an a as it is not an are verb, so I change parto into parta. As I want the they form, I append a no, partano, which gives us credo che partano domani. It's not just certain verbs which trigger the use of the subjunctive. Some conjunctions do too, one of which is prima che. If I want to say do you want to speak to him before he leaves? Then I have to use the subjunctive version of he leaves, parta, which gives us vuole parlargli prima che parta. Another is affinché. If I want to say, I'll give you €10 so that you can buy it, then I have to use the subjunctive version of you can. I know the verb potere will use a as an ending, so I change I can, posso, into possa, which gives us ti do €10 affinché tu possa comprarlo. There are other situations in which you use the subjunctive, but I think there is more than enough information for one video. I hope that I have helped you remember the endings with my approach to its conjugation, as I like to avoid rote learning. And as always, thank you for watching.